All right. Started it.
Gentlemen,
Wait, hold on. Wait, I
gentlemen.
just want to make sure it pops up. One sec.
We're live. Stop capping.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. Gentlemen, it's a good day. It's a good Wednesday. Glad to be back in the Gentlemen Sports Club, talking
Super
all sports
Wednesday.
things related. Super Wednesday. It
Super.
is Wednesday, my dudes. It is Wednesday, my dudes. We're back up in this business. I rock the Dallas Mavs shirt with the Dallas Cowboys hat today. Of course, this is Charlie Forster, always in the Gentlemen's Sports Club here. It's just a great.
Digital. Check Dotson on the second mic right here. What's up? What's up? Ooh. Then from the bottom, who we got? Who we got?
Oh, we got C Bizzle coming at you with
Woo!
honest
Hey,
takes.
C
yes,
Bizzle.
sir.
Did you just play off the J Dizzle thing I said? You
No,
said C Bizzle.
no, C
Okay.
Bizzle's
Hey,
my
Was
name.
that a known thing you've had?
Yes, yeah. That ever since Charlie started, I was going to C Bizzle. So you stole my
if it
thunder.
rhymes,
I thought my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
if it rhymes, it's a dime.
Yes, sir.
Jackson Anderson will be joining us shortly. He had band practice. I think they're playing live. Where are they playing live at? They're playing live somewhere in Denton.
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday. I think it's the 5th. Saturday. So if you know them, check them out.
Yes, sir.
But he'll join us shortly.
Yep. And so, what do we got on the slate today, young Dodson?
Oh my gosh, boys! So last time, what we do? Top 5 quarterbacks? No, we did top 5 running backs and receivers last time.
Yes,
today,
sir.
oh, no, today we have the harder list: quarterbacks and tight ends.
Oh.
The tight of all ends.
Pouring away the fantasy secrets for y'all. Y'all should be appreciative.
Okay, here's my little fancy thing. I don't draft tight ends or quarterbacks early, so all these people will be gone when I want to draft them.
Oh God, will
saying.
they ever?
Yeah. Then we didn't talk about MLB or NBA last time, like at all. So guess what we're gonna do today? Both of them. NFL will be straight top 5s and that's it. NCAA, who cares? We don't talk about them. a little.
They even have a season.
A little alma mater news. My team SFA, NCAA basketball, the one that got banned for 3 years. We're gonna play Kansas. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but we're playing Kansas. Come for after all the big heads.
Honestly, just sidetrack. I'm hoping that the NCAA basketball season doesn't happen because they've already said that it'll count a year for our ban. So I'm just saying, freaking do not have the Actually, don't have it for 3 seasons. Let us fake them back.
Dude, Corona hit us hard. I actually like that.
For 3 years for SFA.
So, hey, who else is banned? It's not for 3 years. We have the most distinguished band.
No, I think Oklahoma State got hit pretty hard too. Right?
Guess who went there? It was our coach that went there right after us.
Yes, old Brad Underwood.
Brad Underwood.
Yep.
Screw him. But
I mean,
not what he built for us.
He built 8 championships. Hey, he's at Illinois.
Illinois.
How'd y'all get banned though? Like, what was it for?
It was something to do with athletes' grades. I think we were letting ineligible players play.
But it's not just for basketball. There's some in volleyball, football, and baseball.
Yeah.
It was our athletic director in general that let it slide.
Yeah.
So basketball got the hardest banned. Football got fined the most. No, yeah, but football got fined the most because I think it was more athletes went to they got away with it in football.
Well,
which doesn't make sense because we suck balls.
I think technically our basketball program got fined the most. We paid like almost $200,000 just for basketball winnings alone.
Oh, we had to give them back?
Wow.
Yeah. For like the NCAA tournament win against West Virginia, we gave that back.
Hey, hey, if you go look on ESPN, we're asterisks.
Are we?
Like they add the asterisks in.
No, did they add it to the Duke game? Please.
Yep, the Duke game was asterisks.
No,
the whole season was asterisks. I swear to God.
God dang it, dude.
Nate Bain is a scholar.
Yes.
Nate Bain. Okay, I did have some class with Kev on. Did he show up all the time? Did he show up with shades? Yes. A little suspicious. Did he take out any type of writing material during class?
not once.
No, not saying that. Not saying that at all. Take it
Just,
to your own discretion.
there you
I've had
go.
classes though.
LOL.
All right, all right, boys. Do y'all want to start with MLB top five quarterbacks or NBA?
How about NBA?
Yeah, let's go right
Charlie, what is
into
happening
the
in the
association.
NBA?
Yeah, so
What's happening?
basically, we just saw the Los Angeles Lakers secure the number one seed in the Western Conference. So LeBron and Anthony Davis are officially the number one seed. They're dominating in the bubble as well too. Clippers are a little bit underperforming in the bubble. They just lost to the Phoenix
Mhm.
Suns. Of course, they lost first game to the Lakers.
And the Nets, and it lost to the Nets last night.
Yeah, yeah, and the Nets too. Yeah, facts.
But I
Yeah,
think the
Clippers
big
are.
thing, yeah, I think the big thing is like we talked about this yesterday. The depth perception of the basketball goal. It's like playing in a gym. Like I said, this is gonna be some rec type of basketball. This is a lot better for shooting because in big arenas, there's nothing behind. It's nothing behind. It's like hundreds of feet of just stands and people. So the depth perception is really bad. Now they actually have a better shooting performance because the three. If you look at three percentages from the bubble, 1,000 times better. So I think that's why like the smaller teams are playing better because, like I said, it's more rec basketball than anything.
And it's well lit. It's
Mm-hmm.
super well lit. You have video boards all the way around, so the rim is definitely popping at these players. Yeah, it's fun basketball, honestly, because they're just scoring unbelievable amounts of points.
Yeah, and like bad
Um,
teams like the Suns are killing it. Like they
mhm.
just beat the Clippers, game winner. That winning shot by Devin Booker was unfreaking believable. With the and one, he shook off Kawhi, turn
Hater.
around Kawhi. Kawhi's on the other side. Paul George comes out. He's fading, shoots it. Paul George hits him in the wrist, makes it and one game winner. Buzzer's already off. They won. That was crazy.
So, explain the bubble to me exactly, if y'all do not mind, and I suppose for the viewers, are only
Charlie's
teams. Oh, Charlie's frozen. Charles.
We'll
Well,
continue.
yeah. So, are only teams that could possibly make the playoffs in the bubble.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of teams that are not in the bubble.
Yes. So like the Golden State Warriors are not in the bubble like at all.
That's fair. I
And
remember they were trash.
oh my god, like they didn't have anybody. They were absolute trash. You see back Charles. Charles. But yeah, Golden State Warriors and like terrible teams like that, but the Wizards are in the bubble, the Suns are in the bubble because there's a chance for like mathematical chance for them getting the 8th seed.
So let's say that they were eliminated from the playoffs. Do they stop play entirely, or they
No,
keep
because
going?
it's like random schedule.
I
So
got
let's
you.
say like the Wizards can play then like the Nets, which are fighting for an 8th seed too. And so let's say the Wizards are mathematically they can't make it, but the Wizards still can, and they're on that schedule.
So were the Cavs in the bubble? Did you say that?
No,
Okay,
Cavs are not in the bubble.
that's what I thought.
They are terrible. Cavs are trash can.
So I guess talking about the Mavs in particular, where are they in the playoffs already? Have they
Yes.
clinched anything?
Let me look up. So
Welcome
divisions.
back, Charles.
We have clinched.
Should
Mavs
have been
have clinched.
Mavs have clinched.
We clinched the 7th seed. It can be the 8th seed too, but we have clinched playoffs no matter what.
Good
Mhm.
deal.
I think the biggest shocker out of that whole division, the Western Conference, is OKC with that terrible team. Dude, I'm saying that's the biggest surprise out of
Where are
the
they
Jazz.
at?
They're at the 6th seed, and they have the same record as the Houston. Oh, they're like one game back from the Rockets and the Jazz. But that's the craziest. They used to have a great defensive team, and Chris Paul kind of like solidifies the veteran stance with Steve Adams. I mean, that's not a bad team
Mhm.
if you look at it on paper.
And Danilo Gallinari on that team as well too. They have
The
Gilgis
shooter,
Alexander, that
yeah,
young
the shooter
up and
Andre
coming. Yeah,
Robertson. Yeah, no, yeah, shooter Andre Robertson.
LOL. Yeah, his
He can shoot.
25% from the field.
I want to see a
Oh,
three. You
God,
know
no.
what? For All Star game, they should do. They should get the worst 3-point shooters and have a 3-point contest. That dude, that would be hilarious. That would be the
Oh my
funny.
goodness.
That would be funny. I
I
think
mean,
that would be fun.
It'd be
honest,
funny, but yuck.
Honestly, in my opinion, they need to do something to rework the All Star game.
They
I
did.
mean, it's the. Are
Mm.
you talking the?
I liked what they did this year.
What did they? So I know they have the dunk contest. They have the 3-point contest still, right?
I'm talking about the actual All Star
Mm.
game,
Oh,
like the final, like the finale, the fourth quarter, or it's like yeah, when you get to the fourth quarter, there's like 7 minutes left, right? And it's there's actually no time, and you're supposed to get to like a certain amount of points, like 127 points, and then that's the person that wins make it to 127 points.
Mm.
And when I tell you, we saw the like competitive All Star game, it was awesome. These All Stars were playing against each other, playing their hearts out. It was awesome. And the winner like gets like $500,000 to charity, and they're and like they just
Mhm.
can't not play because they look,
yeah.
you
It
know,
looks bad on them.
yeah they look like jerks not playing for charity. Like oh you don't want to cure cancer or something. But yeah, dude, I like what
Mm.
they did. I really do like what they did.
And getting it to the score, like what the score you have to reach, I like that 10 times better than just letting the clock run out or stuff like that. It makes it more competitive, in
Yes.
my opinion.
And I saw people say, "How come we can't do this for regular games?" Can't do that. Can't do that for regular season games. That takes away
Mm.
coaching. It takes away a ton of stuff because timeouts in the fourth quarter are like necessities for game plan. Like, and yes, it'll become a faster game, but come on, no
I
one
mean,
wants that.
the
'Cause
the
it,
oh sorry. The
no,
the
you're good.
the the thing is, basketball is the only sport out of I guess the big three American sports that I felt does not have a pacing issue. I don't know why it would
I
be
agree.
necessary
I
to
agree
change it up
Mm.
like that. Because
because
It's only the fourth quarter whenever all those timeouts occur
it's like
where
the
the
last two
pacing
minutes.
becomes a problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's like a timeout after a timeout, TV break, TV break. It's like 2 minutes left in the game. It takes it about 10 to 15 minutes just to finish the game. So,
It has even taken up to like almost an hour. Like when you get the playoffs,
hmm?
both teams are taking, and it's close. Both
Hmm?
teams are taking. It will take an hour for 2 minutes to be played,
uh,
but
Yep.
we are there for that. Trust me. As a NBA fan,
Oh yeah,
I want that to
yeah,
happen.
oh yeah.
I'm not sitting
Me
there
too.
like, oh, another timeout. I'm not doing that. I don't care. It's like I'm yelling, good
Yeah.
timeout, good timeout. Let's get timeout.
yes, sir. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just I mean, more of my experience, I guess, with college basketball, but I do watch a little bit of the NBA. But yeah, I've
Mhm.
always felt like that's freaking fast paced compared to when you're watching the MLB, for instance. Woo, slow, slow,
Before
slow.
they had the pitching
Oh,
clock,
oh, but
goodness.
I don't know. Like for MLB, if I'm like really watching a team I like I'm watching the Rangers, I'm like looking at every pitch, like good pitch. Heck yeah,
Well,
I'm yelling,
yes.
I'm yelling to ump every pitch because in my head, I don't think it's going too slow. I'm like in every pitch and all that stuff. I'm yelling at the ump through my TV. I'm yelling at the pitcher, like, "What are you doing, stupid?"
Well,
You know?
yes. I mean, that's obviously the way I am with the team that shall not be named that I enjoy. But whenever I watch other, like, so in the NFL and like NCAA basketball and stuff, I can watch other teams that I don't root for, still have a blast watching. In the MLB, if I'm watching the
Right.
Yankees and the Orioles play, like, I have zero investment. I mean, I'm probably rooting for the Orioles, but freaking it
You're
is
right.
boring to me.
You
Like,
are completely
Mhm.
right. Yeah, because like I'm only like that with my team. If I'm
yes,
watching like the Padres and the Dodgers play, I'm turning it off. I don't want to watch it at all.
yes, honestly, yeah,
But
no, that and so that's why I say that MLB has a pace, and I guess too, since it ain't even a contact sport at all, unless you're a Rangers fan, I guess y'all get a lot of contact. We were
oh
just
hey,
talking about that.
what is it? Today is the 17th uh, year anniversary of Nolan Ryan in the Ventura fight. How dare how dare him come after a grown man like that? He got his butt whooped. Like honest,
He got what he deserved.
yeah.
Got what he deserved in the
Oh,
clinch.
dude,
Oh,
he got him. He came after him. He got right there. He
mm.
started laying the hammer down. That's some grown man strength.
And if I remember correct, he was a rookie that year, right?
Yeah, Ventura. Yeah,
Yes.
and how
What,
old was Nolan? Nolan was old.
dude?
93.
Nolan
That was in the back half of his career.
probably. I mean, what would that make him now? 130 or so? No, I'm
Do you hate him as an Astros fan?
Nolan.
Yeah.
No, it's impossible to hate the man. No, even
No, it is. No, it is. No,
well,
it's possible to dislike him.
if you're not a fan of the Angels, Astros, or Rangers, you probably dislike them, sure. But no, as an Astros fan, you have to just have respect. And at least he stayed in Texas, I
He's done
guess.
the same thing for the
And he
Astros.
came down to
Yeah,
y'all, and
he did the
y'all
same
got a
thing.
championship once he came down with his son. So
Mhm. But wasn't like the big thing about his son? Like that was a big problem with his son, wasn't it?
that's what they were saying. I mean, it was a big problem with Nolan here in Texas, is what our front office claimed.
Cade, what was the big deal about the Ryan situation?
Wait, so you talking like the recent, like whenever he became manager and everything for the
Mhm.
Rangers, or
No,
because
for the Astros. There's
Uh,
a big
yeah, he became an executive down there.
yeah. Then and he left. He recently just left.
oh
Hmm.
yeah, God, I can't remember. I remembered feeling like it was petty. It was just some stupid little drama
Because his
BS.
son wasn't getting enough attention or something. Like should get moved up. And like with the Rangers, he left us with a not a good note.
No,
And
yeah, he
we
left y'all
fell
on a
right out.
sour note.
But who's our GM, Charlie?
John Daniels.
And and also I just want to say I don't think Nolan Ryan, if you're talking about like in the stretch that the Astros have been good in these last couple years, I don't think he had an official role. I think he was just kind of there and he was more of a locker room guy.
It's the same role he had with Texas. He's
He
basically
brought a
just
lot of people
like a
trust. Yeah.
executive. Mhm.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I like him back though in Texas. To be honest with you,
We did good. We did really good with him.
that's
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying.
Let's go back
So,
on the NBA.
all right.
Charlie, since
Hmm?
we have how many is it 2 or 3 weeks in the bubble so far?
Yeah, I believe we have about a week or 2 weeks away
Okay.
from going to
So
playoffs.
does your championship team change now?
No, because the Lakers have been dominant.
They lost.
Now I always yeah, but still they clinched the number one seed. Now it's nothing. Anthony Davis had a 40-point performance against the Clippers. He dominated as well too. Lakers are looking really good.
Yeah.
Now Bucks are a little bit concerning. The East is pretty wide open, but I think honestly the Bucks struggles is they were such a pace team, and now it's a lot of shooting, and I don't know if that benefits the Bucks.
Giannis is still beasting. That's my only thing. Giannis is still like, but that's Giannis in general. He'll play good
Sure.
anywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean the championship hadn't really changed. Now the fringe teams like Houston, I'm liking what Houston's doing in the bubble. Their offense looks unbelievable. James Harden's cooking everybody. Denver's looking pretty hot too. Um, so yeah, there's
Dude,
there's there's a lot of good teams.
yeah, like this benefits those mid-pack teams, make it closer. Like
Hmm.
if you just watch, every game's close. There's not a blowout. There's really not a blowout. It did, like I
Absolutely.
said, like the Wizards and or I keep up with everybody. The Nets are beating great teams
Nets.
without
Yeah.
Kyrie and without KD, and they're completely healthy. They can be playing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
they can say goodbye, Kyrie. We don't actually need you anymore
Any team says that with Kyrie though. Boston did it. Cleveland did it.
because he's a
But
freaking nut job.
I mean, he's still a beast. He's still one of the best ISO players in the game, though.
Absolutely.
But once KD comes back and once Kyrie comes back, this Nets team's going to have a different look to it, which I'm excited about. They're going to be shooters.
I still think the Nugs will win it. The Nuggets.
The Nuggies.
They're getting past the Lakers.
Dude, I'm just saying. I don't know. I just have a feeling my plums.
If there was a year for something just wild to happen, it is this year. I
But
agree with
LeBron
that.
ain't going to let it happen. LeBron is as focused. That Laker team is ready to go.
I hope. I can see LeBron next year. They win it easily. LeBron next year is going to win it easily. I feel like
If he can win it next year, why couldn't he win it this year?
the bubble. The
What about the bubble? They're still winning. Anthony Davis is dropping 40 points a game.
So is Luca. Let's talk about Luca. Luka.
Hey,
Dude.
34, 20, and 12. The last player to do that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mm-hmm. They're saying that's his best two-way performance in his career, and we're only in year 3. Yeah, we're only in year 3. I cannot wait. But I'm telling you, everybody else on that team is booty cheeks. We almost lost against the Kings in overtime. We had no support. KP fouled out. Tim Hardaway didn't get his 3 until like overtime. No one. We have no supporting
Fair point.
cast. We have no supporting cast.
Dorian Finney-Smith had 16 rebounds, though.
Hey,
That was
no,
his career
yeah,
high, too.
his putbacks out. Like he didn't have a good scoring game, but his putbacks and rebounds, defensive wise, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith is a
Now,
great
if
player.
Seth Curry can find his shot, then we're good. And I think we can make a run.
Starting. Why was Berea starting? Where's Jalen Brunson?
Sure, he's been hurt.
So why can't we have like a Seth Curry or a Burke starting?
Yeah, over Berea, yeah. The pace would be 10 times better.
Yeah, but I would rather. But it is that like confidence off the bench. Like you have this like time, and you have that guys coming off the bench. I would rather have some guys coming off the bench, give some breaks, and like we're still scoring. Like there's no problem scoring. Like that's what Trey Burke and Seth Curry do for us. You know.
Which is why I'm glad we didn't take Trey Burke into the starting lineup because his role is going to be off the bench.
Yeah.
So if you're going to rest Seth Curry, you didn't play at all of this last game. If you're going to rest him, throw in a JJ Barea, somebody that you might not even use whenever it comes playoff time to run on the first team and keep Trey in his role still.
Let's get off the Mavs because we can talk about the Mavs. I think the Jazz are an interesting team. They're pretty complete. They're complete.
Shooters. I mean, they can shoot from anywhere on the court.
And great defense. The Memphis Grizzlies are decent, dude. They are.
Are they going to make it?
No, because then they just lose against the Pelicans.
And Portland and Phoenix is climbing the ranks quick.
Don't forget about the Spurs. Spurs are trailing right behind them. The Spurs are playing decent. This is the Spurs perfect. This is the Spurs perfect chance to do anything because this is practice for them, and they know Popovich rails them in practice, and this is the same thing. This is their time to shine.
I mean, sure, but I don't like them at all.
No,
I think that they're like 7-8 pieces away from being into the playoffs.
Trade DeRozan, trade DeMar, get some better pieces. Yeah, let DeMar be a superstar somewhere else. He won't be unleashed there. That's the thing. He will not be unleashed there.
I wouldn't even say he's a superstar though. That guy's a good player, but I wouldn't put him in.
Was he with the Raptors? Was he a superstar?
No, definitely not.
He went to the conference finals every year.
Sure, he went to the conference finals, but it wasn't like he was the one that was willing that team there.
No, super underrated. One of the most underrated players of all time. Kyle Lowry.
Lowry?
People be hating on him.
I agree with that.
But does he put up 0 point games in playoffs?
Houston days.
Yeah, does he put up 0 in playoff? Yes, but it's Kyle Lowry. No one ever talks about that man.
Is he defending the best player on the floor? Absolutely. 9 times out of 10. DeRozan is just a scorer.
Raptors have a great team. Kawhi? That would be another easy title if Kawhi was there, dude. Why'd he leave?
I'm saying.
He went to a team. Yeah, but he went to a team with not that deep of a bench. You think they have a deep bench? They have a whole bunch of veterans that are old.
Who, Clippers?
Yeah, Clippers.
Clippers are one of the deepest teams, in my opinion.
We got them.
You have Lou Williams. You got Montrezl Harrell. You have Zubac.
Zubac.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Patrick Beverly. Because Reggie Jackson's in the starting lineup. Patrick Beverly's one of the best defenders in the league.
Yes.
They got players. Marcus Morris there.
Marquise.
They're deep.
Okay.
Yeah. Marcus is there. Markieff is in L.A. Or the Lakers, I mean. They're both L.A.
Oh, they both
LA? Yeah, the Lakers are. Yeah, Markieff is in the Lakers.
Reggie Jackson? That's a good pickup. Reggie Jackson's a good pickup from the Pistons. Joakim Noah, they also picked up. I like that move. They have Jonathan Motley. I wish we had Jonathan Motley still. I love him.
Yeah, Baylor, great.
Yeah.
Jonathan Motley.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clippers are deep. They're one of the deepest teams, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, I'm surprised that they've struggled though within these first couple weeks in the bubble.
They lost against the Suns and the Lakers. They beat the Pelicans, and they play the Mavs next, the 6th, so tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
diggity dang
It'll be
dang.
a fun matchup.
Yep.
Super fun.
Hold on.
But yeah, Lakers are still winning it all this year.
Yeah.
No question.
So MVP talk. Who we got?
I mean,
So they're not taking anybody from the bubble into consideration. So it was all prior to the bubble.
Oh,
So
really?
with that being said, yeah, Giannis
Oh,
is one.
It's Giannis. Why? They
Did-
got considered the bubble. Sorry, Cade.
I'm telling
oh,
you.
I was just gonna say, didn't Giannis win it last year?
Mm-hmm.
So is his stats just completely above and beyond anyone else?
Not scoring, because there's a person that has the at least like the utmost scoring in the league, and no one can stop him. Is James Harden, which he's being disrespected at all levels. Even last year,
I
like-
thought he should have
like-
won MVP last year, in
he
my
had like
opinion.
20,
I like
41
Giannis.
games in a
though.
row. Yeah.
Well, he finished the year with the 7th highest points per game of all time. James Harden did last year, and he's at 36 points right now per game. But again, he's not
Insane.
willing his team to the top of the league. So Giannis is the number 1 seed in the East. He's putting up 27 points a game, about 12 rebounds a game. So Giannis has the stats and the winning to go along with it. James has the stats, no winning. So
James has the overall stats. Assists. He's an assist leader in the league. He averages the most assists. His average is LeBron.
wait, what?
Yeah, LeBron.
Oh, LeBron James. Okay, yeah. I thought we were talking about James Harden. I'll say James Harden.
Oh no! I'm talking about LeBron. LeBron James.
So,
Yeah.
LeBron's not even the best player on the Lakers. Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers. So, because he leads, Anthony Davis leads in points, rebounds. He leads in all statistical categories besides assists. LeBron's the only one leading in that. Anthony Davis is the better player on the Lakers. Okay.
so in terms of MVP talk, should where your team is at be considered an MVP? Or could you argue that if Harden was on a team that's better than the Rockets, that they would be the 1 seed?
So, okay. Also adding on that, if we're counting, if season counts, right? Are we counting playoffs? This is a regular season MVP, but Pete, those voters count freaking playoffs.
I know,
they
and
do.
I
It pisses me off.
They don't.
Then why come James Harden
Don't.
hasn't won?
Because he's not winning. They're not the top. They're not the top. It's value. It's most valuable player. Now, value, a lot of that contributes with winning. Sure, you can put up all statistical categories and everything, but the value is winning. So, of course, you need to take a person that is dominating on one of the best teams. And Giannis just happens to be that. Again, there's a good argument for AD over in LA because they're the top team, but
Hold on. Hold on. I'm pulling up last year's 2018. No, 2019, 2020, right?
no.
No, 2018, 2019. Rockets went 53-29. And Golden State went 57-25. Okay.
Mhm.
So they were top 4. So they were winning. They were winning.
I mean, top 4 though. Talking about value.
Yeah, but who is all in consideration? Giannis with the best team in the league. Okay.
His runner-up, James Harden, was.
Disrespect, though. Disrespect.
I mean, if he was the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, we would have an argument. But they're not. They're not being able to beat these top-tier teams. And honestly, if you look at it, James Harden can be suspect on defense. Giannis every single night is going to produce top
fair
numbers on the defensive category.
Oh, for sure.
So,
James Harden, we see him take plays off. If he's not involved in the offense in that play, he's standing all the way in the back. That's what he does.
I'm saying, and that's how he gets the points too. And fouls. I mean, James Harden leads the league in going to the line. So, I mean, is that really value? Whereas Giannis, I mean, the dude's dominating from top to bottom. He looks like the best player in the league. I think it's fair. Now, last year, I might have gone with James Harden because that's historic. I mean, seventh all-time leading points per game. That's
Mhm.
incredible to me. But this year, Giannis, it's a done deal.
I do feel like it's gonna be Giannis this year for sure. He's just a monster
The
overall.
the argument I was making is how often does the NBA go back to back with their MVPs? I don't think they do
A
very
lot.
often. They do, or
Steph Curry, that's
Oh,
it.
because
that's Steph Curry. But again, that
ca-
dude was unreal in that stretch.
yeah the
LeBron went back to back. Steph Curry went back to back. That's last. That's last.
LeBron go back to back?
I think so. Uh, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Maybe early in his career.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll look it up.
because James Harden did win MVP like 3 seasons ago, right? No,
Rusted. Oh no! Wait, what?
so 2017 to 18 he won MVP, right?
2017.
Oh,
Absolutely. And then before that, it was Russ with his triple double. Then before that was KD.
yeah. I called.
Yeah, James has won one.
That was my argument why I felt like last year when Giannis won it, that I felt like that was part of why he won it, is just because James Harden had it the year before. But to be fair to Giannis, I remember looking at it. Stats were ungodly as well. It was a toss up. Either one could have gotten it last year.
So NBA
Mm-hmm.
Most Valuable Player Award. Steph Curry went back to back in 15 and 14. LeBron
LeBron,
went back to 11 and stop Gabby.
12 and
LeBron
13.
went back. Yeah, he went back to back 2 times in a row.
Yeah. And 9 and 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron, goodness
Steve
gracious.
Nash went back
Yikes.
to back. Tim Duncan
Uh,
went back to back.
Now, Michael Jordan, goodness gracious, look at from what,
Okay,
19
1983 and up. You want to talk about
uh,
consistent MVPs? It's them
uh-huh.
actually 81 and up. Most Malone, Larry Bird, Magic, Michael, Michael, Charles Barkley, Hakeem, David Robinson, Michael again. So he was pissed. I'm telling you, Michael was pissed in that like short
In
period.
that stretch.
Karl Malone, Karl Malone. That last Karl Malone should have been Michael. Actually, both of them should have been Michael.
And same with Charles Barkley. That 93 one, that should have been Michael. That should have been his 3P right there.
Shaq, that's when Iverson won.
Mhm.
Duncan twice, Garnett,
Me
Steve
too.
Nash. Then the GOAT of Dirk,
Oh,
Kobe.
that hurts. That 2005 and 2006 Steve Nash hurts because that
Wait,
was right after he left us. We would have
Kobe,
had Steve Nash in his prime with Dirk in his prime. Oh, it hurts me.
Kobe only has one.
Yeah, Kobe got robbed though in
Really?
6 with Steve Nash. Steve
Yeah,
Nash stole it from him.
Steve Nash didn't do anything that year. He just kind of
Mhm.
all around great. He didn't even score 20 points a game.
He led the league in assists, and I mean, yeah, still was productive, shooting over 50%. But yeah, robbed Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Here's a question.
Yep.
Here's a question. Is Carmelo Anthony a Hall of Famer?
Let me look up the stats.
Oh, if you look at his stats, he's Hall of Famer esque.
Now, did he
So-
win? He couldn't win, but yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean, he's on a great team now.
You
Dude,
said great team?
yeah, Portland's a good team, dude. Portland
Yeah,
is
it's
a
a good
good
team.
team.
Fair. I wouldn't put
it-
him as great though.
Yeah, they're in a hard division.
I mean, they're right now outside of the playoff hunt. They're at 9, chasing Memphis. But
They-
yeah, I still
they-
think
They picked up
Portland's gonna
Carmelo
fit
late.
that eight.
Didn't they pick up Carmelo late? Yeah.
Well,
Hassan Whiteside is a cheap pickup for them. He's second in rebounds, first in blocks. I've been a Hassan fan forever. I've been a Hassan fan forever. And they got him for cheap,
because he's a head case.
of course. But who isn't?
Luka,
Luka, give him time. He'll say some outrageous things. Luka's
Please.
mom is putting that out there.
LeBron's not a head case. I mean, these elite players, they're not head cases.
LeBron has been pampered. Like he's been brought up by other what's it called, veteran players. So don't do this. He's been a class.
He's been class act since he got in the league.
Yeah.
But he was the number one player once he got in the league. At 16, they were claiming he was the next Michael Jordan. Can you imagine that?
Who was the
That's
other one that
insane.
they claimed Michael
Brian
Jordan with the neck tattoo? Deshaun Stevenson, was he the next
Sean
Michael Jordan too?
Stevenson. That's what people were claiming before LeBron came in. That's why Deshaun hated him. Sean Stevenson. I love that dude. He had 3 goggles back in the day, man.
I love him. All right, Cade, what have you found?
Do what? What? Oh, I cannot find like just his all-time stats. I just see like an average stats.
You can go to Google or go to Pro Stat Reference.
Pro stat reference. Okay. Okay. Pro stat reference.
Carmelo, though, definitely. And from college, what he
No, go to
did at
Basketball Reference.
Syracuse.
Yeah, Syracuse.
I-
He could have won, though.
I have prostatecانcerfree.org. Is that the same thing?
No, go to basketballreference.com. It's the second one. If you go Carmelo Anthony stats on Google.
Oh, well, yeah, and then that was showing me like his like average points per game and everything.
Scroll down. You scroll down.
Okay, scroll down. Oh, totals. Oh, I see.
I mean, he's a
So,
beast.
almost 40K
Beast.
points made. Freaking. No, he's ridiculous. Yeah.
No, he's a beast, dude.
And what? He averaged 20 points a game per year all the way until what, 2015?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude is unreal. He's a monster.
Games played.
He just couldn't win. He couldn't win.
So,
He played with the Nuggets. You know, and they weren't ready to win. The Knicks are an awful franchise. They could have won, in my opinion,
It's
but
Dolan's fault.
nobody wanted to join.
Yeah.
Stolen.
MP
And
is
then he
made.
had to
Oh,
escape with OKC and Houston struggles.
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I was reading the wrong stats earlier.
My dog Gabby is freaking out. I don't know why. It's like when we start something, she knows and she's freaking out. Stop, girl. Stop it,
Podcast time.
dude. I don't know why she's like crying and freaking out 24/7. No.
But yes, Carmelo Anthony is definitely a Hall of Famer.
Oh, by the way, his points made. I was reading minutes played, so
LOL.
I'm gonna stop pretending like I know what I was doing. So,
right. Future Hall of Famer Jeremy Lin? Question mark.
No, what?
Dude, I can't.
For
I remember,
what?
dude, for Linsanity for 10 games.
10 games. You're
It
gonna
was
put him in the Hall.
Yes, I'm putting him in the Hall of Fame for Linsanity.
Get out of here.
I
Get
love
out of
him.
here. I love Jeremy Lin, but yeah, he was all right.
Never got a chance.
Okay.
Never got a chance. 10
Never got a
All-Stars.
chance. What, he played with Kobe? He played with Carmelo. What else do you need, man?
Actually, when he started,
Well,
Carmelo wasn't playing. That's when he had to shine. Then Carmelo
Sure,
came
but then
back.
he went to LA and did nothing with Kobe.
A lot of players went to LA and did nothing with Kobe. A lot.
Yeah, but is that Kobe's fault? No.
I may
Jeremy
not
Lin wasn't
talk,
that
I
good of
may
a
not
player.
talk bad about the dead. About the dead. Putting that
Yes, sir.
there. May not talk bad about him.
Kobe Bryant is a top 10 NBA player of all time.
I'm not saying that.
Sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
You had on those teams. You had Jordan Hill, Carlos Boozer, Jeremy Lin. Yuck from top to bottom.
Carlos Boozer was.
I will never-
Boozer
I will-
was good with the Bulls. Carlos Boozer was decent. Go look. Carlos Boozer was good.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
no.
God.
I'm not looking up no dang Carlos Boozer stats.
Were you
No.
lost? Were you lost at this point of your life? Didn't like the Carlos Boozer era with the Bulls?
I will never forget. So Jeremy Lin brought up on one podcast that Kobe Bryant came into practice a day before the trade deadline and said his goodbyes to all these different players because he was like, "Yeah, we're trading your ass." Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in practice and all of a sudden a goat comes walking in just to say goodbye to you because you're about to be shipped off somewhere because you suck? That's
So
Carlos Boozer.
no, so Carlos Boozer has played 13 years in the NBA, and what do you think his averages are as a
What do
terrible
I
player?
think his averages are?
Yeah.
Man, I'm not going to guess no Carlos Boozer stats. I don't think the viewers want to hear what Carlos Boozer did in his
He
career.
averaged 16, 9, and 2.
Awesome.
And you're
Good
dissing
times.
him. Two-time All-Star,
Yeah.
2007,
Two-time
2008 All-NBA, and Rookie of the Year. And you're hating on Carlos
Oh,
Boozer.
great. It's Carlos Boozer.
Who's one of your like low-key players that are better than him?
For one of my low-key players that are better with him, I would take Sean Marion any day of the week over him.
Sean is a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying Carlos Boozer's a Hall of Famer. You just compared a Hall of Famer to Carlos Boozer. Who are you?
The way you're talking about him,
So I said
basically.
you're saying he's a trash player. I said he's a good player.
You look up his stats in LA, please. You're talking about like what he did in Utah whenever he was like 19. Okay, a Rookie of the Year. Okay, sure. The dude struggled down. I mean, whenever he legitimately sharpied his hair back onto his scalp,
That was hilarious. Go to Pardon My Take and listen to the podcast in that that interview. Hilarious. That's hilarious. With who? Who do you want? With Utah? He averaged 19 points a game with Utah.
I don't want to talk about Carlos Boozer anymore. I don't know why we're on a tangent about Carlos Boozer. No, I'm tired of talking about him.
He had 1 year with the Lakers. Average 11.
Yeah, and what was his stats?
11.
11.
11 and 11
Elite. Put him in the
and
hall.
6. I never said elite. I never said put him in the hall. You are crazy. You're taking this overboard, and you compare a Hall of Famer to Carlos Boozer. That's what your mind goes to, which is insane.
I love how you're like Sean Marion is just a shoe-in for the Hall. I love it.
He should be.
I love it.
He should be. Honestly, he should be.
I'm in the same boat. I wish I had a vote.
No, I don't.
So it'd be Brian Cardinal. Put the Cardinal in. Put the custodian in, bro.
So now you're being sarcastic, and you don't think Sean Marion should be in the Hall of Fame.
We're talking about Carlos Boozer, man.
No, we're talking about Sean Marion now. We're talking about Sean Marion. Where have you gotten the? Okay, you're being sarcastic about Sean Marion being in the Hall of Fame. Why? He should be in the Hall of Fame no matter what. Yes.
There's an argument to be made, but we'll see if he gets into the
Hey,
Hall.
but
He's not a shoe-in.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a shoe-in. He's gonna make the Hall of Fame.
I don't think we're arguing about Sean Marion getting into the Hall of Fame here, man.
You're being sarcastic. You're like, oh, then Brian Cardinal's gonna make the Hall of Fame. Now that's being sarcastic.
Saying the Mavs homer. That's what I said. Legitimately, I wish I had a vote because I would vote everybody that was on that championship roster into the Hall. Come on now.
Amen, brother.
I would not bring the custodian anywhere with me.
Oh my goodness, get out of here.
Also, if you rap the fastest, you're the best rapper ever. Throwing it out there.
Chargeboy. Yeah, no question.
Wait, so who?
That's a skill that a lot of rappers can't do.
So who is it that we're arguing is the fastest?
Well, statistically speaking, Eminem and Rap God did have the fastest verse of all time.
I think someone weeks later came out with a faster rap.
Yeah, it was like 1 week later. I think someone broke the record.
So that guy's the best ever.
Is it? Is it?
I'm not going to sit here and have any Eminem slander in this podcast. It's outrageous.
Tech 9, I believe, is his name.
Yeah, Tech 9, good. He's a Missouri product. AC.
We're talking like he's a football star now. Missouri.
Missouri.
A recruit out of Missouri.
Dude, we got Post Malone, a Dallas product.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
Hey, dude, he's strange.
I can't look at him, but makes good music. Makes really good music.
No, it's not bad.
But him, like,
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Have you seen his YouTube, like his first music video on YouTube, the funny one? It's hilarious.
Post Malone?
Yeah. No, it's funny.
I'm sure he is a comical guy. He just
Mhm.
from the outside looking in, he just looks well, he also is just weird. But if you know nothing about him, that's the weirdest guy you've ever seen.
But I also think he's a genuine
Looks like
guy.
he smells like smoked Gouda. He looks
Dude,
like he just smells like
so
smoke.
if anything you can do with him, he always has a Bud Light in his hand and a
Yes.
cigarette in the other.
Perhaps.
I can't imagine the aroma that comes off this guy. He,
Smoked Gouda. I'm telling you.
I don't like smoked Gouda at all.
That's what I'm saying. We got that.
No.
That put your nose in the
Oh no.
blender type.
We're talking about actual smoked Gouda when it's still hot and it's bubbling on you. That's the Gouda I'm thinking of.
Those are some
God.
sense.
All right, boys. Let's go in
Carlos.
top 5 quarterbacks.
Okay, fair enough.
Carlos Boozer.
Is
Okay.
a good player, for God's sakes. Is a good player.
All right, let's go quarterbacks. Let's go talk NFL, man.
All
I'm
right.
talking-
The Big 12 is the best basketball conference of all of NCAA. Put that
Oh,
out
my
there.
Lord. Oh my lord.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm throwing shade.
All right,
Cappin.
boys. I want someone other than me to start off with their. So I'm assuming we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take it with
Quarterback, right?
quarterback.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll go Charlie
so my
Wing.
number,
Okay.
my number 5 quarterback going into this year for fantasy football is the Heisman winner, Kyler Murray. Dude is going to break out this year. He has all the type of weapons he needs. He's in an air raid offense. I like his legs. They started to invest a lot of capital within the offensive line as well too. So I really like to see him take that next step. He has all the intangibles. Of course, he has one of the best receivers in the league. Air raid offense. Give me Kyler Murray, number 5.
This is fantasy wise. We're talking fantasy wise, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go. And this was called the Michael Jordan of all football. Of football when he got drafted at number 5. I'm having Deshaun Watson. The reason he's not earlier on my list is because he has no weapons. He's at 5.
That's a good 5. My number 5. You already know it's the man, the myth, the legend, the dude that cranks babies out like he's a freaking factory. Philip Rivers. I'm going number 5, Philip Rivers.
The
Dude.
Book of Mormon is spoken.
All right. I'm just
My
saying.
word.
No, listen. Offensive line, huge freaking upgrade. He also has freaking Marlon Mack likes to catch the ball.
You're talking about the best rookie in all football is Taylor, so that's going to take over Marlon Mack.
Fair.
Yeah.
Wait,
Taylor.
Marlon Mack's losing his job?
Oh yeah, he should have
No.
lost it 2 years ago.
No, I like Marlon Mack.
Neiman Hines. Give some
Okay.
love to Neiman.
No
I-
no
I
love
know
being
some-
given.
No, I guarantee this: Jonathan Taylor, it's going to be Naomi Hines, number 2. Marlon Mack's not going to get a single damn touch all of next year.
For real.
I mean,
Really?
the first 3 games. I'm going to say the first 3 games are going to be equal. Then it's just going to be straight Taylor.
What was he not an 1,100-yard rusher like 2 years ago?
He's also a 10-game injured. So,
That's fair. But also we're going T.Y. Hilton, a solid deep threat. I mean, all right. First of all, I just think the big thing is, so this Taylor guy, I don't know a lot about him, but
look up some film.
okay, I'll have to look up some film. But Philip Rivers has a very solid offensive line. He still has freaking weapons, especially T.Y. Hilton.
Jack Doyle.
He does have Jack Doyle, doesn't he? Yes, sir.
Love
Hey,
Jack Doyle.
That's a dark horse candidate right there for
I'm
another
gonna tell you
list.
something. In fantasy, I'm not gonna get Philip Rivers at all. He's gonna reach for Philip Rivers, and I can't get him late.
Let me ask, what's undefeated?
What is undefeated?
Father Time, baby. Father Time is undefeated.
But
Philip Rivers is younger though, my man.
all right, look, Frank Reich, quarterback whisperer, dude. I'm just saying,
That's very true.
Frank Reich knows how to get the best out of his quarterback. Maybe not to the degree Andrew Reid can. I'm not saying
bring
that.
back Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, bring him back. Hashtag bring back Luck.
Dude,
Why is Jacoby Brissett not a Hall of Famer then? If he's that quarterback whisperer.
okay, because Jacoby Brissett, let's just be real. not the most talented. You gotta at least have something to work with, baby. And he had a little bit to work with. He did. Yeah, you cannot. Philip Rivers.
39-year-old Philip Rivers. Trust me, I love Philip. I love Philip Rivers, but he ain't getting any younger.
Hey,
And
you're
he had all
talking
the
to
weapons in LA.
Charlie. You're not gonna win this. You're talking to a Philip crowd over here.
Dude,
I'm
you're.
changing mine. Deshaun's out. Phillips in 5.
That's incredible. I am curious to see what Deshaun Watson does with no true number one.
Dude,
know.
all right,
know.
I'm gonna spoil it. He ain't on my list.
Oh, he's not on mine either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's good, and he'll find players.
No, he is for sure, and he has some weapons like Will Fuller, Kiki
say
Kati, freaking
Yeah.
Brandon
Brandon
Cooks,
Randall
yeah,
Cobb.
Randall Cobb,
Randall
yeah,
Cobb,
but he lost.
Johnson.
Like the fact that
He's someone
David Johnson, don't even with that, don't even, dude. He is not ready for what that Texans line has in store for him. He's going to be freaking tackled 2-yard loss every play.
Yeah, Tunsil
Got Tunsil though.
opted out.
Yeah.
Opted out.
Oh, David
Tunsil
Johnson's
opted
not
out.
going to like
I'd opt out if Bill O'Brien was my head coach too.
And Jim
TBH.
and Dad.
And Dad.
Yeah, I'm just saying Deshaun Watson just another level. I feel like he'll get it done. It's not someone I'm going to draft. It's not someone I'm going to reach for. It's not someone I'm going to draft. Yeah,
You put him in your top 5.
yeah. But it's but he'll go too early for his value for me. These next 4 quarterbacks, probably people I will draft, but at the right time.
Fair enough.
Well, then I'll go to number 4. So my number 4, actually, if you ask the NFL Network, he's the number 2 best player of all time in their rankings. But my number 4 quarterback is Russell Wilson. I like him. I like his production. DK Metcalf is emerging. Tyler Lockett's great. I like that system, but it's a run-first system. I think it was an outlier year with the type of year Russell did have. I love who he is. I just don't trust that he's going to be able to, produce about 30 points a game, which is what really I want my top 4 quarterbacks in fantasy to do.
30, yeah.
Russell Wilson, 4.
No, I'm saying if they're top 4, I want 35 plus a game. That's honestly what I'm looking for. An average quarterback for fantasy should have 30. That's why I'm expecting my quarterback to do every game. I'm going to say this. I don't have Russell in my top 5.
Wow. Deshaun Watson is in your top 5, but not Russell Wilson? That's a bold strategy there, Cotton.
I'll go. I have my number 4 is going to be Kyler Murray.
Fair enough.
I'm going straight. He could be number 2. I'm just saying. Kyler is going to be a force, and with the run game, he's going to get a lot of points from me this year. But I'm not going to get him because he'll probably go really early.
So my list going with consistency again. There's 2 guys I love every single year that are going to be top 5, top 7. Yes.
Can I guess?
Yeah. No, you can guess.
You right now are about to pick Matt Ryan.
Matty Ice, baby. My number 4, dude. All right, I'm telling you, just a guy that I wouldn't say goes unnoticed. He's obviously known by everyone, but dude does not get the fantasy credit that I think he deserves. Man can easily be the top quarterback every week, especially with old Julio. I mean, it is what it is.
Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Calvin, yeah. Hunter Hurst or Hayden
Todd
Hurst.
Gurley.
Todd
Gurley.
So I will admit, I also did not have Russell on my list either. It was because I forgot he existed. I'm just real bad about that lately. But so I did erase Matt Ryan for a sec and put Russell Wilson in my number 4. But then Jacob
Ryan has arguably the best weapons around him. So yeah, Matt Ryan is a good pick there.
Yeah. So
no question.
Yeah, you can go ahead with your number 3, Charlie.
So number 3, now this man has the the most skilled wide receiver room in the National Football League.
Okay, I think I'd see it.
We saw a contract year from him last year, and he produced unbelievable numbers. We're going to see another contract year again as well too, since the franchise tag was slapped on him. You have Cooper, you have Lamb, and you have Gallup, along with one of the best running backs in Zeke. Give me Dak Prescott at number 3 in fantasy
I
football.
drafted this guy very late last year and got made fun of, and he was the number 2 quarterback in all fantasy. So suck on my balls. That's all I gotta say.
Who's your number 3, young Dodson?
Probably the best dual threat quarterback in the league. A little progression back. He was the number 1 quarterback last year in fantasy. I'm gonna see a little progression back. I'm gonna have Lamar Jackson.
That's fair. My
Number 3.
My number 3, I agree with Charlie. I had Dak Prescott. I'm putting a little trust in him this year. I made fun of you last year for drafting him late because I did not trust the man, and I was proven wrong. I was proven wrong.
Here. Some new friends around him. Gallup got more in touch with Cooper. Dude, he's a beast.
Yeah, no, I will be.
Contract year.
I will be picking him up if the time is right. I might even reach just a little.
It's gonna be 4th or 5th round. He's gonna be taken.
Maybe
Maybe
so.
3rd.
And I'm not drafting him in the 3rd, unfortunately.
No. Charlie.
Yeah.
Number.
But on to number 2. So my number 2 is the man that can beat you not only with his arm, but definitely with his legs. It's going to be Lamar Jackson. He was the number 1 quarterback in the NFL last year. I think you're going to see basically equivalent numbers there. I think no defenses can stop him because if you load the box, he's going to throw it over you. If you don't load the box, he's going to run all over you. Lamar Jackson's just going to produce tons of points in fantasy football. Lamar Jackson, number 2.
Do they run the jump pass on the goal line with Lamar?
I'm not sure.
Because that would be the best play for him.
Dude, it'd be nasty.
Mark Andrews goes out. Lamar takes off. Will jump pass. Dude, you can't stop that. Okay, so Lamar was my 3. For number 2, I have the Dallas Cowboy, great with more weapons this year. It was in this spot last year, so he has better weapons. Even with Tony Pollard getting some more reps in, I'm saying he's gonna be better. Is Dak Prescott?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So my number 2, and I have a feeling that my number 1's gonna be the same as Charlie, but my number 2 was as well. So nothing else to say there other than dude will tear you up in both aspects of the game. He'll run all over you. He'll get those rushing TDs. He'll get those passing TDs. Not a problem if you end up with Jackson as your number 1. Just saying.
So do we all have? No. We all have Patty Mahomes as number 1. Yeah.
Texas Tech, great. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown production went down 50 touchdowns to 27 touchdowns, but I think you're going to see him get over 30 again. Weapons all the way around. Andy Reid, like you're talking about. Damian Williams even being out. Maybe the run game starts to backpedal as well, too. It's only going just to increase Patrick Mahomes.
About that. A little stab at me. Little stab. Hilaire. What's his name? I even forgot his name.
Clyde Edwards-Hilaire.
Clyde Edwards-Hilaire is the truth.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to only help Patrick Mahomes that you have a rookie running back. It only helps Patty.
Last time they had a rookie running back was Kareem Hunt, and look what he did. Monster.
Okay, again, it's definitely a passing system there in Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes is at the helm of that. So,
you are going after me today.
So,
cops.
Well, one thing I noticed about all of our lists, where does Rodgers rank on a list for all of y'all?
Last. Dead ass last.
No, not last. Yeah, I'd go number.
You're making Darnold over Aaron Rodgers? LOL.
I'd top 10 list.
I'd go.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I'd go number 7 for Rodgers probably, and then I'd probably put Watson at my 6.
Okay, so I'm going 6 would be Wilson, 7 would be Breeze, 8 would be.
Oh crap, Russell! Hold on. Yeah. Russell will go my 6th. Yes, I forgot he existed again. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just a man
If
that
Watson cracks my top 10, I'll be
Actually,
happy, but I'm not sure.
actually, 6 for
Hopkins was
me.
a beast there. You can depend on
So
yeah.
last year for me, I mean, okay, so six. I'm switching up. Matt Ryan 6, Russell Wilson 7, Breeze 8, 9, um, 9. Who are we talking about? Rogers again. I would
Yeah.
have Josh Allen then Rogers.
Tom Brady.
You see,
Yeah.
yes, Tom Brady 10. Rogers don't crack my top 10 because
He doesn't
honestly,
crack mine either.
I would rather have Josh Allen. I would rather
Dude,
have dual threat on the ground. This man has more touchdowns on the ground than running backs.
dude, in my keeper league, fantasy wise, I've been set. Got two super young guys, Mahomes and Allen. We have a 2 QB league. It's nasty for fantasy reform. It's either one of them's about to light it up. And what's fantastic is when they both do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't Aaron Rodgers don't crank my top 10. I don't think he's even 11. Because
Dude,
Philip Rivers be 11.
Make an argument.
Roethlisberger, I think he's better.
I was about to say I don't know.
You're close. You're close.
What did Rogers finish up last year in most leagues? Like 6th quarterback?
Bad. No,
Bad?
No, not that. Let me look it up real fast.
Yeah. Please do. I'm genuinely curious. I thought I remembered him like at least being top 8. I could have sworn.
The one that I'm is my sleeper is let's see what Jared Goff does. Now that he doesn't have Todd Gurley to depend on, is he going to take that step to be a passing system more than is a running system there?
I will not touch
Don't think
that
so?
man. I will not touch him.
Who?
Jared
Don't
Goff.
touch Jared Goff.
No, that's too inconsistent. Rookie year terrible. Second year great. Third year. What
He's in a
was
running
last-
system though.
Yeah. Okay. So I found it. Aaron Rodgers was 10 last year with
10?
282.
Okay. Fair enough.
Josh Allen was 6. Deshaun was 5th. Russell was 4th. Jameis, Dak, Lamar. Patrick Mahomes was 8th.
Yeah,
was
but
it?
he was injured though.
Played 14 games. Yeah.
Touchdown production went down. Not
Yeah.
yards, but touchdown production.
Drew
Going
Brees
to
was
27.
What?
I said, but going just to 27 total touchdowns, please. He's going to rebound.
I
Oh,
know
without
Drew Brees
doubt.
was 22nd on the list. He averaged 20 points a game.
He didn't.
Michael Thomas broke records, man.
Oh, he had 11. He only played 11 games.
Yeah.
Because Teddy B.
Oh, he got injured. You're right. Baker was 19. Kirk Cousins 18. Derek Carr. Say it, guys. Do not ever draft Derek Carr. Don't ever. He'll
It's
get
a
replaced.
mistake waiting to happen.
Waiver wire pickup, maybe.
Also,
Yeah, that-
never draft Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that one's less for sure than Carr. Carr is for sure. He can be an adequate bye-week flyer, in my opinion. If you ain't got no one else, slap that bad boy in for a week. Hey,
But Baker Mayfield, that's another one that could be a sleeper too.
I think
Yeah,
so
New
I
too.
think,
system.
I think Baker will be a sleeper.
Old
You know, oh, you go.
old Kevin Stefanski's head coach over there now, right? From the Vikings, he was the OC. Yeah,
Matt Schaub
I'm
played
intrigued.
a couple games last year. With
Hmm?
7 games. He entered in 7 games.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
goodness
where's
gracious.
Cam Newton rank on your list? Does he crank top 12 with this
No.
new system?
I think if I'm putting him in my top like 15, it's being a little generous to him. Dude, he has
Okay.
no line. I'm worried about the man's health. Actually, like I'm
Would you-
And
terrified.
receivers, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has a pretty
No
decent
weapons.
receiving. Oh,
Julian Edelman, Mohamed Sanu,
Nikhil Harry.
Nikhil Harry.
Yeah, I still think they have a
Nikhil
pretty
Harry,
decent.
no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Nikhil Harry still has a long way to go before I'd start throwing him in the conversation for saying, "Oh, that's a good receiver room."
Oh no, for sure. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
A
so
single bit. And he doesn't have blazing speed or size.
yeah. So
Thank you.
here's this. If after you're done drafting your team and your quarterback number 1 is Josh Allen, how good do you feel about your team?
It has potential, I
That is-
think.
I
Has
would.
potential. It depends on if I have elite players around him.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like I would have to trade. I don't feel comfortable myself with Josh Allen as my number one. I really don't feel comfortable like that
I mean,
because
If you get like Josh Allen, like maybe in the 7th or 8th, sure, I feel
yeah,
comfortable with that.
but I feel like there's better people in the seventh, eighth, and I don't feel like he'll go that far either. But as my number one, I
I
kind
feel
of
like
don't.
someone's going to draft him earlier.
Mm-hmm. And and I don't think he's that consistent. I don't. I honestly don't think he's too consistent.
so not passing wise.
He's got receivers now.
Yeah, he does have
They-
Stephon Diggs. That's a
Yeah,
fantastic point. He has that true number one he did not have.
Beasley.
But Buffalo though.
But there,
About Buffalo, they almost beat the Patriots for the division
dude,
last year.
I'm just
They were one
saying.
win away.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is not the same Buffalo of recent years. They are a lot well coached, I think is what it is.
Also, stay away from.
Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott.
Yeah, and I'm not a big, and they're really not good on the run game either. Their only run game is
Buffalo?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin Singletary's.
We'll
not
see
good.
with Devin Singletary.
I don't know.
It's a
They just
rookie
drafted,
running back. Rookie running backs don't really produce. Yeah, they did. They did. They drafted Zach Moss, and Zach Moss, I like him. Singletary, we could see him take his next step.
Oh.
Hey, Frank Gore there.
Hey.
Frank Gore's.
hey, guess who actually returned to practice is in throwing with the Redskins? Alex Smith.
No
Ron-
way.
And Ron Rivera says he looks great. I swear to God.
Dude, if I were him, I would take the money I've made and run.
The Redskins, if they get the same Alex Smith, I'm not saying they will. But if they get the before injured Alex Smith, that is a scary team. Because that was a scary team when he was starting.
Why? Why would you go back to an old, broken down Alex Smith whenever you have maybe a potential quarterback in Dwayne Haskins? When you want to develop him, grow his confidence?
But well,
I would not go
They
back
spent a
to
whole
Alex
season
Smith.
on that.
It's a good backup. It's a good backup.
I
Still has no weapons.
you
We'll
see
see what happens with
the-
the
But
Redskins.
McLaurin is good.
the thing
Or the
is
Washington football team.
yeah. The thing is with Dwayne Haskins, I would want him probably to start the year off honestly sitting behind Alex Smith if he can because listen
It's a dangerous game.
li-
It's
uh,
a dangerous game.
Alex Smith, like Mahomes talks about that Smith was just constantly helping him. I mean, let the man grow a little more confident in his also. But hold on, we are talking about the Washington football team here. There's not a worse run organization in the league, I don't think.
The Jets.
And
So,
give,
No,
to
not as
give the
bad.
keys to the franchise. You gave the keys to the franchise to Dwayne Haskins. To take that away for a quarterback that's nursing one of the most gruesome injuries, that's a
Give the keys
dangerous
to him.
game.
I mean,
could
you
lose
are right.
Haskins.
I don't think they gave the keys to Dwayne Haskins. He was
Did.
awful last year. He was
But-
absolutely
Doesn't
god-awful
matter, but
last
they're still letting him play quarterback. They let him be the starter. You can't just
I
say,
feel
"Yeah, you're
like-
not the starter." anymore.
No, I do agree. I do think he'll start the season out. I do think Dwayne Haskins will start the season 100% because you cannot throw an Alex Smith game day one. But are we going to see a little Alex Smith? I do think so.
You think
I
if
do-
Dwayne Haskins starts slumping, which is
Dude,
probably inevitable, unfortunately,
Mhm.
you think they
point.
throw Alex Smith out there to the dogs one more time?
I do think so.
I know.
I think
You're
Ron
right.
Rivera's a great coach, and he'll do something there.
I do keep forgetting.
You ride with that. You ride with the young arm. You do. That's why we didn't go back to Tony Romo once we gave the keys to Dak. You ride with that young, hot arm, and Dwayne Haskins is the future. Alex Smith has no future in Washington. He
I'm
doesn't.
just saying, but the young hot arms usually kind of don't pan out. Josh Rosen, they tried rolling with him. There's a point where you gotta say no more,
Hey.
no more young hot arm.
Spent the
Let-
first-round pick on Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Spent the
Okay,
first-
what? Okay, so is Mitchell Trubisky the future when they have Nick Foles there, the young hot arm?
Well, but that's a different
Look
comparison.
Look how long they rode Mitchell Trubisky for.
2 years.
They gave him all the opportunities. We're going into Dwayne Haskins' second year.
I'm not saying Mitchell Trubisky is good. They effed up. They should have drafted
Freaking
Deshaun.
Mahomes, Deshaun Watson,
Mahomes.
Josh Allen wasn't there. That was the next year. Yeah, but anyway, plenty of other guys like crap.
Uh, yeah,
They
another
traded
terrible
up for
rant.
him,
Yeah, they did. Why? Sam Darnold. I would rather have Sam Darnold.
too.
I feel no. I don't know. They're in the same situation. We haven't seen Sam Darnold be good. We honestly, his
So
first game threw 4 picks.
I like
First pass Sam Darnold had was a pick six, and then
I
a
Which
like
flag.
Sam Darnold more than I like Trubisky coming out, so I would pick Sam Darnold just by his college tape. Now, what
No,
happens with
yeah,
Adam Gase? Nah, nah, I can't
dude.
evaluate that.
Also, when Josh Rosen got drafted early, and they picked him. I said one. He has never been a winner in college. He was on a losing team. He really hasn't been that
UCLA.
good. Why? Why draft up for Josh Rosen? It was the hype. The hype.
so
It was created invisible from him.
What
so
happens with quarterbacks, though? Quarterbacks get the hype going into drafts. They always do.
one thing I will say about Rosen, is it still fair to judge him though? He has been in two crappy organizations, in my opinion. Though I don't think we've been able to see an organization be able to use him is the thing. And I guess you can make the argument that Ryan Fitzgerald in Miami came
Oh, no.
in after him, Fitzpatrick, sorry, came in after him and just dominated. But I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he hadn't got a fair shake. Rosen never got a fair shake coming
No,
out.
because it was mid-season. Coach fired, and they brought in the offensive coordinator, which that offensive coordinator did good, and they did not hire him. It was Whitaker. It was Whitaker, right? That was the coach.
No. I think was it Leslie Frazier, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. It was someone like that. But
yeah.
yeah.
But again, Cliff Kingsbury, bring him in the air raid. Come on, I would do the same
But the
thing.
thing is,
Give me some
but
football with Kyler Murray,
Kingsbury,
please. I like what Arizona did there.
Kingsbury got fired from Tech. Was a offensive coordinator at where UFC.
For
uh,
like a day, and then he got the Arizona
Yes!
job. He became the
How?
head coach.
Never mind. The worst ran organization up until I'm not going to say this year because they did great in the offseason was the Cardinals up until this year because now they have Hopkins and all that stuff and they're building around. Dude,
all right, look.
Jones, they were building for a year. They had Patrick Peterson. I mean, they had a good
He
squad.
wanted
They just
out.
never built the
That
interior.
he wanted out.
Sure, I would have too during those dark years. But now, I mean, I like what the Cardinals have done. I like how they evaluated themselves once they drafted Josh Rosen. They got the #1 overall pick, and they said, "Nah, I would much rather have Kyler Murray's talent." And they went and traded away Rosen and picked up another quarterback for the system. And
Miami
now look,
too. Worst. Right?
Miami, yeah, absolutely. Jets,
I said Jets.
I
Jets,
It's
yikes.
terrible.
Jaguars.
Tom Coughlin sucks. Oh God.
Nobody wants to be there because of Khan, the owner.
No. Oh
So,
yeah.
the
yeah.
the only thing is, yes, all these organizations are crap that we're listing, and I'm not saying they're well run. I was talking about the worst ran, and I feel like you have to evaluate most recent success. And what have the Redskins done? Got lucky with Alex Smith for a little bit?
No,
Like,
Absolutely.
they got lucky with RG3. Ruined RG3.
yes.
They keep Gruden for how long? He
It-
should have been fired way long ago. You're right.
dude,
Washington Redskins is the worst ran organization. They could have been relevant
Football
for
club.
years.
Washington Football Club, sir.
oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Washington Football
So,
Club.
and the thing with the Jaguars is I'd always thought they were a bad ran organization, but look at them kind of recently. They built a stellar defense. They made super smart moves. They somehow for a year got production out of Blake Bortles. I just
Blake
haven't
Bortles
seen.
bad. I'm just saying Blake Bortles is one of the best. After David Garrard came, I agree. Jacksonville's a terrible ran organization because look at the quarterbacks they have went through. But Blake Bortles was actually the most productive out of all of them. And what they do, they let him go.
I know after what I thought was a stellar
And
year.
He was top 5 fantasy quarterback. So, okay, they let him go. They let Gardner Minshew take the reins. He's not the answer. He's not even close to being the answer. He's
So
cool. He's hip.
He
I
wasn't
get it.
supposed to, though. They got Nick Foles. Nick Foles was supposed to be that guy, but he got hurt.
hurt, and they
but
let him go.
but I never understood the Nick Foles thing. He has had very limited regular season success. And he literally only got that job because of the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But
Come on, it
so
wasn't just the Super Bowl. Nick Foles has
okay,
been
the
a good quarterback in the
playoffs.
league.
Oh,
Philadelphia, whenever he was dominating, back in 13?
yeah.
2013?
But he only
He
had
took
one
over,
good year
But then,
though, I felt
yeah,
like.
then he won a Super Bowl.
and then he went to the Chiefs, and he was paid at the Chiefs, correct?
I mean, as backup money, he was the backup quarterback there.
He came there as a starter, and then right?
No,
No, he
I
never
don't think
started
so.
for the
No.
Chiefs. He came as a
After
backup.
after the first Philadelphia.
And Andy Reid just picked him up as a backup, and then he got an opportunity back with Philadelphia. And then, of course, the Super Bowl occurred.
Wait.
And then he goes to Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, he could have been productive there. I liked him with DJ Chark. And now I'm excited to see him with Allen Robinson over there in Chicago.
Chicago's answer for him. I really don't. That's a terrible.
It's Andy Reid's system. Matt Nagy is a prodigy of Andy Reid. It's still going to be that type of system, that deep, over the field type passes. So
Has a good, Andy Reid has a good coaching tree. Doug Peterson, Dirk Cooter,
Frank Reich, like you were
but
saying,
Dirk
Matt
has really,
Nagy.
but there. You know it was a bad coaching tree. Belichick.
Yeah,
He's not doing well.
the second they get out from under his wing, they just go and destroy an organization.
The dude for the
Always
Giants.
go.
How did he get a job? How did the dude
Joe Judge.
actually,
Joe Judge.
bro? You want to talk about a terrible ran organization, and they hire head coaches? It's the Giants. Who was a coach before the Giants? Dude with a slick back hair.
Oh
Fat.
God,
Oh my goodness.
What's his name? He sucked.
What was his
How is he? And who decided to let Eli Manning sit? He was obviously
so
better than
dumb.
anything they.
Uh,
He was, but better than anything they put on the field after that.
Well,
Just let him.
They beat a dead horse with Eli, though. Goodness
didn't
gracious, Eli should.
But they didn't win
played the
without him. But then he went in, he was better. Like they kept on switching him in and out, and Eli proved he was better. Just ride it out for God's sakes. Just let him live out his career. He had 2 Super Bowls. You know it's his last ride. Let him ride it out, dude. Come on.
As a Cowboy fan, I wish they would have done that instead of drafting Daniel Jones.
I'm not
Who
big,
has a chance to become a quarterback?
not this year because Nate Soldier opted
Chance.
out, and Fernandez from UTEP
Hernandez.
sucks. No, he's
Will
from
Hernandez.
yeah UTEP, right?
UTEP.
He's not-
Hernandez doesn't suck though. He's a
he
baller.
had a terrible year last year. Rookie year, god awful. Oh, but I hope
Pat Shermer also is a god awful coach. Pat Shermer is one of the worst coaches and never should have got that job.
New York Giants won
Joe
the war.
Judge. They can't hire.
But okay, let's make the argument for the Dallas Cowboys keeping Jason Garrett for how long? For 8-8? We should be up there too. Damn it, we should be up there too.
Reach.
but
not call-
Marinelli and Scott Linehan. Yeah, absolutely. Fair argument.
I
But I will give one thing. Will McClay knows how to get talent. We've had unbelievable amount of talent in Dallas.
He's great, but yeah.
Unbelievable amount of talent.
the thing is, so you're saying Cowboys should be up there in worst run organizations?
Till recently, yes. Mike McCarthy, great hire.
So, well, all right. So our only blunder, we kept Jason Garrett way too long. Obviously, any Cowboy fan will tell you that we
3
were,
years.
yeah, that we were pretty sick of him after a hot minute. But anyway, you still have to look at more so the organization as a whole. I guess we do fantastic in our drafts for the most part. Like it's like I think the worst. I think the worst run organization, you have to look at like the Redskins, like who had, like they've drafted 3 running backs in the last 3 years. Have any of them done crap? Like,
But, okay, they drafted
I mean-
Darius Geis, and Darius Geis was the best running back. But they draft defense, and who they just get? They got the Ohio State kid, Chase Young.
oh,
love
they
Washington.
yeah.
Jeez. Their
All right.
drafts are decent. Their drafts are
Look,
decent.
the only thing
Josh
is
Allen.
with like Chase Young, for example, they knew exactly what they were getting. There was arguments he should have been taken number one. I mean, like the 1 to 5 range. They knew what they were getting. It was one of the safest picks in the draft. I mean, like we go and we pick up Leighton Vander Esch at a fantastic value
Oh,
right near at the end of
okay.
the draft. All right,
Zach
Taco
Martin.
Charlton. Sorry, that was
Also,
a terrible
first round was,
draft.
but then we make it up in the next round and get Randy Gregory. Actually, we got Randy Gregory in the third. Taco,
What has Randy Gregory done in the league? You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
that was
saying?
a
that is
first round
fair.
tout. We get the
Yeah.
third. I think that for value, that's good. But dude, we don't draft well at all. At all.
I wouldn't go that.
No,
Yeah, I
recently.
wouldn't.
We had good
No,
draft.
recently. Since Jalen Smith, Van Der
Recent-
Esch, CeeDee Lamb, we actually been
Zach Martin,
Tony
Tyron
Pollard.
Smith.
Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott. Okay. Hey, but
We draft
I
okay.
I just thought about this. So if we don't want to pay Dak, right? We're having this big thing. We don't want to pay Dak. Why not 4 years ago? So we paid a quarterback already with Romo. Why not let Romo play? If we're not going to pay this guy and we don't think he's that good, why not let Romo play it out? We should have signed Dak to an extension right then and there if we took over Romo's spot.
Yeah,
Why
but
not let Romo play?
No argument.
I
No argument there.
I think
We're
it,
farther.
I think it was one of those things, and so you aren't necessarily arguing that we don't pay Dak, right? You're just saying like why.
Oh, we pay Dak. We pay him now.
No, I agree, but
We should have paid him a long time ago.
I
TBA.
I was just making sure to clarify your argument, but I think one of the things is you know, he came off that 13-3 freaking nasty rookie year, and so I guess we envisioned that at this point we were gonna see that guy completely. Yeah, I think we envisioned that at this point we were going to see sustained success. And yes, he hasn't had his rookie year again. Last year was very, very, very good. I suppose it just seemed like he couldn't quite win
So,
against playoff teams.
His rookie year was it. We had a complete team, best O line in the game with Ezekiel Elliott. The thing that was super flashy to the Jones, because the Jones love flashy, 0 interceptions. He doesn't throw an interception ever, right? That was the big flashy thing.
Yeah.
Tony throws the interception, but he'll throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and throw 2 interceptions. That's a winning team right there. That's
Yeah.
what all big gunslingers do. They throw a couple interceptions, but we win games. But we see Dak. Ooh, this man has a great QBR. He doesn't throw any interceptions. They saw that.
Yeah.
I'm saying we with Jason Garrett, we need a gunslinger.
I'm just saying, as an organization, to let your quarterback reach the end of his rookie contract without any type of replacement behind him, that's a bad run organization.
Oh,
You
that's
either
fair.
evaluate your quarterback and you want to keep him, or you let him walk. You don't sit there and be like, I don't know how to evaluate him.
That's year 2 or 3. He's been starting since his rookie damn year. We should have re-signed him year 2 or 3.
I
And
think so.
look who got their contracts: Carson Wentz and Jared Goff a year before their deal ended. Patrick Mahomes just now, 2 years before his deal ended. Deshaun Watson getting close a year
Dude.
before his deal ends. You know, these quarterbacks are getting paid before their contract ends up. We franchise tagged our rookie
They-
quarterback.
Jared
That is
Goff paid
terrible.
before Dak. They let Carson Wentz, the dude that gets injured, paid before Dak Prescott. If you want to win, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Like the baseball. I take this in baseball too. If the Rangers want to win now, screw the draft. Draft never works in baseball. You have to trade and pay. That's the only way to win, and that's the same way for the NFL. Okay? Yes, the NBA is a little bit different because there's only 2 rounds in the draft, and you get the top prospects. But if you look at these teams now, LA, they're paying to win. That's a winning formula for every team. Who cares? Pay your players.
True, and I mean, I understand, you know, the latter side of that with, you know, how you can maximize a rookie contract with a quarterback, because if you pay a quarterback, it's going to take about 30% of your cap space. So if you have a rookie like Baltimore, like Kansas City, you know, you can win with that because you're not paying the quarterback, so you can go pay everybody like a Tyrann Mathieu, like going and get Calais Campbell like Baltimore just did with Lamar Jackson. So I understand the rookie concept, but Dak Prescott has shown you that he can be a franchise quarterback. You know, since day one that he stepped in as a rookie and dominating guys to a 13-3 season.
Fair.
That alone
It's
should get you
embarrassing
another
when Jared
contract.
Goff and Carson Wentz gets paid, and we don't pay the top 5 quarterback in a damn league. It's embarrassing.
It is.
Try to pay Dak underneath what Jared Goff and
Yes,
Carson
that is
Wentz got.
embarrassing. And
Sure.
and everyone's trying to put out a disclaimer that he's bad. When has he ever been bad? Name
No.
one season that he's
He-
been freaking bad.
he-
Carson Wentz shows bad tape. Jared Goff has shown 2 years of bad tape. Not one time has Dak Prescott showed 1 year bad tape.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify earlier when I was saying he hasn't exactly repeated his rookie success. I was never saying he was bad as
Yeah, I know.
well. Yeah, I was just saying he. I think, and it goes with
13-3. We haven't seen 13-3 since.
yeah,
That's,
and
that's play calling, though. This is
Yeah.
a still young man that doesn't call his own plays. That is straight play calling.
yeah.
No young quarterback is calling his own plays. Patrick
No.
Mahomes just got those rings.
Maybe
Patrick Mahomes just got him last.
He just said he's learning it. He doesn't trust himself calling the plays. Shoot, Andy Reid calls plays. We took the freaking playbook from the Chiefs to beat the Jaguars. That's how desperate we were to call the right plays. Mike McCarthy's a great hire.
Yes.
I'm just throwing it out there. Ever since he got fired,
Moore is a good OC.
look up McCarthy. Ever since he got
Moore.
fired, he got his own coaching staff and worked like he was working in the NFL. That man's been working since he's been fired. I'm saying he's a great coach.
So
He's a quarterback with. I trust his evaluation for quarterbacks.
the only problem that I have with it, I was a big Marinelli guy. I hated to see him let go. Y'all did not like Marinelli? I loved Marinelli.
He got every single time we're running stunts on the defensive line. We undervalued defensive tackles for way too long, and that's why in the
That's fair.
playoff game in 2018 when we played the Rams, we got gashed by girls and a fat C.J. Anderson. We had no interior defensive line.
Jimmy Anderson had 200 yards rushing on us.
No, no, because we
That
had no
is
interior
fair.
defensive line. And once David Irving decided he wanted to smoke weed more than he wanted to play football, we had no defensive tackles. And so we would not invest any capital. We drafted Tristan Hill, and we never did anything. That's why whenever Mike McCarthy gets here, what do? We go and invest in Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, and draft Neville Gallimore.
Yeah,
Everything that we've seen with Mike McCarthy is 10 times different than what Rob Marinelli did.
aren't we switching to an
That's
odd
fair.
front?
So we're multiple defense. So we're going to do 3-4 and 4-3.
I like
like
it.
when you-
Yeah. I do. If we go odd front, we're gonna dominate an odd front with Jared McCoy right there, Don Terry Poe. Oh my God, we're gonna be nasty. We're starting to pay for some D linemen, big names, but we're giving
Yes.
them for cheap. We're getting them
Yes,
for cheap.
we're getting those cheap veteran guys that still have the skill set we want, but
Yeah.
nearing the end of their lifespan. The only bad problem with that philosophy is every year we have to keep looking. But for right now, it looks fantastic.
Neville Gallimore is the replacement for Gerald McCoy. So you already have that replacement. And find a nose tackle, we can find that next year in the deep rounds. As long as we're just investing capital and big bodies that can stop the run, I'm all for it.
You know how we got in this rant? Because I told we had one of the worst rant organizations. We
Oh.
just got in a cowboy rant. I love it.
You have a fair point, though. You have a fair point
Dude.
with the worst run because we couldn't evaluate our head coach. How long did Jason Garrett get a scapegoat? Scott Linehan. Scapegoat, it was the defensive coordinator. Scapegoat, it was the secondary coach. All the way back to 2007, it's been scapegoat for Jason Garrett.
We're true Cowboy fans, right? We are straight up true Cowboy fans. One, we love Tony Romo. We never once hated him. We love Tony Romo.
Broke my heart so many times, though. I can't argue with you on that.
I understand, but he was honestly one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he was playing.
Oh, also, might I add, fantasy god, by the way.
Yeah, he was a fantasy god. That's it. 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, two interceptions. That's every game.
Made Laurent Robinson. He made Terrence Williams. Where are these guys at in these leagues? They disappeared once they got away from Tony Romo. Miles Austin, another one. Good point.
Miles Austin's the biggest one that benefited from him. Okay, we got on a huge tangent. We were talking about NFL today, but guess what happened?
NFL, dude, it's just so easy.
Tight ends, baby. Let's go with tight ends.
All right.
Charlie, let's
I
go
didn't.
same.
Shall I lead it off again?
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
so my tight end number 5 comes in to Mr. Spider 2Y Banana. I understand greatness is now there in Mr. 82 down in Las Vegas, but Darren Waller, the dude is unreal. The Raiders have Henry Ruggs, Tyrell Williams. Receivers are still emerging, but who's the consistent one last year? Darren Waller. John Gruden loves tight ends. He loves that Spire 2Y Banana. Production wise, I'm picking Darren Waller as my number 5 tight end.
Dude, as the more inconsistent he was, he had over 1,100 yards receiving. That's so he would have huge games, but that's not on him. That's Derek Carr and play calling. He would have at least 8 targets and only catch about 3 of them because Derek Carr's trash.
But still, with that production, he still was averaging unbelievable amounts of yards per catch, touchdowns. Yeah, Darren Waller was so productive last year.
I think he's great. My number 5 is Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz
Oh,
at 5.
number 5.
He might be less than that by the end of the season. He's gotten hurt, and let's not forget Dallas Goedert is probably better than him.
Possibly, yes.
So Zach Ertz had one good year. He's only have 1,000-yard receiving, and that was with 113 catches. He's never done good after that. His touchdowns are not there. I think his highest was 8, and he averages around 5. He's number 5 tight ends, so he's my number 5.
Fair point.
So, all right, this is going completely based on the pretense that the quarterback that got drafted, very inconsistent, long range, but he loves those little dink and dunks. I don't know if y'all have seen Justin Herbert's tape, but I think having Hunter Henry there, as long as he can stay healthy, if he can stay healthy, which is a huge gamble, I understand. But I like Hunter Henry at number 5. I think Justin Herbert's going to rely on him a lot.
I draft Hunter Henry every year.
Always productive.
He's tore his ACL. He's tore his ACL twice since I've had him. Yeah, he's. But I'm telling you, great when he's there. Very productive.
Yes, and this is on the pretext that he can stay healthy. If we're going realistic scenario, he probably shouldn't be on my list because he ain't staying healthy.
He's 6 or 7 for me. 7 or 8.
For a rookie quarterback, a safety valve and a tight end, you can't go wrong there.
Yes.
With Tyrod will start a couple games. Tyrod's not a bad quarterback, and he is accurate. He'll get it too. He will get it to Hunter Henry. Tyrod's great. Will we see Justin Herbert a couple times this year? Maybe. I might say Tyrod play the whole year. Tyrod's good. I'm saying that. We saw Buffalo took him to playoffs. He took a crappy Buffalo team to playoffs.
Dude,
just saying.
And then gets freaking shipped out right after that.
That's not his fault. He's a bridge, though. He bridged Baker Mayfield, and he's going to bridge Justin Herbert. So we'll just see how long he can sustain. Yeah, absolutely. Going to number 4, though, for me. The reason why he wasn't number 5 on my board is because, I know his connection with Carson Wentz. But the wide receivers in Philadelphia, there's nobody there. Zach Ertz going to still get volume, even with an emerging Dallas Goedert. I liked your take. I believe Dallas Goedert right now in their careers is probably a better player than Zach Ertz. But Zach Ertz, he's a safety valve for Carson Wentz. He has that familiarity there. I like him at number 4.
Yeah, we're going to see a whole bunch of that double tight end jumbo sets with them, like we saw with the Patriots. And he can be we've seen Aaron Hernandez do very well, and we've seen Rob be the best on that team. So we can see two tight ends being in a starting lineup every week.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I mean, yeah. Zach Ertz is top 5. I'll go. Yeah, for sure. For me, I have Mark Andrews at 4.
That's fair.
He played 1 year last year. I don't think he played the whole year. He had 10 touchdowns. He played the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 touchdowns with Lamar Jackson. I think that connection, you talk about a dink and dunk type of guy, and when in doubt in the red zone, Mark Andrews will be there to catch a touchdown. Mark Andrews is the truth.
And that,
no question.
And that's very fair. Both, I'll spoil it a little bit because the way that I'm viewing this is who I would draft. probably wouldn't draft Mark Andrews unless it was a little late and just get quality like production, value to for your pick. This another guy I'd be willing to take a gamble on if he was there. And I get he shed a little weight, and I know that this freaking list is about as probably mainstream as it gets. I had to throw Gronk back on there. I'm okay with him. I'm okay with him this year. Dude.
Ooh.
Wait, what did you say?
That's the electric connection that we have been missing from TB.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, it might just be nostalgia purposes, but I think the year off of football probably really helped the man. I think he's probably healthy enough to get back out there and do Gronk stuff. And I understand, like I said, weight's an issue. He shed a lot of weight, but I don't know, dude. You don't just lose that Hall of Fame. I mean, I guess Witten did. Anyway, besides the point, I'm defeating my own argument.
No,
But
let's go back to the Patriots.
Is he the best tight end in Tampa Bay?
OJ play that. We haven't seen OJ play, so we don't know, man.
Never see tight ends play in Bruce Arians' system. Yeah, it's a fair point. He's a Hall of Famer. I love him to death. Rob Gronkowski's one of my faves of all time.
Yeah.
Going
Rob
to
on
three.
my list is,
You gonna talk about?
I was gonna say Rob on my list. I said Rob's on my list around like 7 or 8. He's top 10 for me, and I think he's very draftable. So.
Sure. We'll see. We'll see. I don't trust tight ends in Bruce Arians' system, but I love me some Gronk.
Yes,
TB to Gronk. That's all day. But yeah, my number 3, I've loved this cat since he was beasting in Oklahoma. You brought up a good point. The dude was dominating in the red zone for these Baltimore Ravens last year. 20-yard catches. Goodness gracious, he's a vertical threat for Lamar Jackson. Mark Andrews, he's so productive. Hayden Hurst is gone now as well too. So the people behind him, he's going to dominate that tight end room. I love Mark Andrews there at number 3.
Amen, brother. He's gonna be a beast. Number 3 is a good spot for him.
It's very fair. Like I said, him and Waller just barely didn't make my list just because, and it might be a little more favoritism is what my list is. I'm not sure, but it is guys that I would draft. I'm telling you, this is the order I would take tight ends.
Absolutely.
So my third one is gonna be Jack Doyle. I'm kidding. It's not.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what?
It's Darren Waller. Because I'm telling you, last year he had a good year, a lot of inconsistency. But, dude, I'm telling you, this year he's the number 1 receiver, and we know this now. With established run game, with Henry Ruggs now there, they have a decent receiving core. I think Darren Waller really, really gets help now, and he'll have a better year. I think touchdowns go up. He only had 3 last year. I'm saying touchdowns go up with the established run game. They'll pack the box. We'll see a little Darren Waller go through the end zone, a little streak. He's gonna be good. He's my 3rd tight end this year.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yeah, no. I mean, I like Waller a lot, but my number 3. All right. There ain't receivers there. I think 2 tight ends can feast. It is Ertz. I think there's enough room. I think there's enough ball to go around. I mean, if they want to start 2 tight end set, I think both of them can get significant action.
Yep.
And Ertz is just so. Ertz is, even though stats aren't. Well, I mean, crap, catches are there, and if we're talking PPR, yeah, no, I'm fine with Ertz at 3.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Ertz is perfect. I'm saying these guys in top 5 are this close from top. Okay, 3 to 5 are this close. 1 and 2 are a little bit more elite, but I'm saying these guys are interchangeable at any moment, right? I'm saying also 3 to 7 are about the same because they're that close in points and that close in production. But these 1 and 2 guys are just special, and it's hard. It's hard to put them at 1 or 2.
No question. And that leads me right to my number 2. It's a toss-up. It really is. But whenever it comes down to number 2 for me, They spread the wealth around in this organization so well. Someday it could be his day. Some days it could be someone else's day. I got to go Travis Kelsey. You buy the player, God, he is so electric. Dude can catch anything. His route running's outstanding. Blocking. God, I love Travis Kelsey. But again, you don't know if it's going to be Tyreek's day, Mikael Hardman's day, his day, and then now Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's day. You don't know. So Travis Kelsey's my number two.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire days every day. So okay. So I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna have at number 2 George Kittle. Okay. Every down tight end. Yes. Is he the only receiver on that team? Yes. Godwin's gone. Emmanuel Sanders is gone. He's the only guy who will catch the ball on that team. My problem is the quarterback situation.
Oh, the Jimmy G situation.
And the play calling situation. This man, they would rather have him pass block than go out for a route. That is my only thing. Does he catch it? Did he break the record for the most catches? Absolutely. Touchdowns aren't there. Yards aren't there. Compared to number 1. Number 1 still gets the PPR points of catches, touchdowns, and yards. But yeah, Kittle is top 2. If you want to draft him in the first or second round, go for it. He's the only one there, and he has not gotten injured. May I jinx him? Hold on, knocking on wood. I don't want him to get injured. I love him to death. I love him so much because he's crazy man on the field.
So, I somehow my number 2 is Kelsey. I get lucky in a lot of leagues. Like, man, I've been able to catch this guy in one of my leagues. I got this bad boy in the 4th. Like, you already know that's an instant pickup.
That's value, dude.
And
that's so much value.
And anyway, the only reason that he's not above the number 1, which I don't really feel like I'm spoiling anything, but I just won't say it. Anyway, the only reason he's not above the number 1 is I have seen the days where he gets 2 catches for 11 yards. Some days it just ain't his day. And that is true, but then the days when it is his day, man, chalk that bad boy up for 35 points, and he'll make you like it.
The thing is, he's gonna get more consistent with Patty Mahomes calling his own plays. He is that safe haven for Patty Mahomes.
Yes.
Dude's huge. He plays in the slot. He doesn't play tight end. He plays in the slot. And who's guarding him? An outside linebacker. The dude is physically. He is a monster. He's faster. He's taller, more physical. The dude is. I'm saying, yeah. Kelsey's a beast. What's the face about?
More physical than Kittle?
Oh no, I'm not talking. No, I'm talking about against outside linebackers.
Yeah, like he's more physical than.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, no, way more physical.
I thought you were just
No. Blake Jarwin's probably more physical than him. I mean, yeah, no. Yeah, so.
Blake Jarwin. Oh, where's the Blake Jarwin love in this chat?
That's
but yeah.
Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, and that leads me to number 1, Blake. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's George Kittle. Yeah, his nickname's Baby Gronk for good reason. The dude, yards after catch. Oh my goodness, nobody can stop him from corners to linebackers. Heck, even defensive linemen can't stop him. Debo got hurt, so yeah, again, he's going to be the only weapon there. He has the chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo. They're basically like best friends on and off the field, so they have the chemistry there. He's that energy too. He's always going to be going hard. I'll never forget last year against Arizona. Dude got banged up and still was dominating, catching 40-yard touchdown passes. I love Kittle from top to bottom, and I think with a rookie and Brandon Ayuk being the only receiver there, he's going to get tons of volume.
Hey, so I'm just bringing up last year fantasy point stats, and these are the top 5, and you can see the significant drop-off. So Travis Kelsey had 157 points. Mark Andrews had 143 because he had 10 touchdowns. He's going to get that 6 points every time. So that's 60 points and just touchdowns, right? That's insane. George Kittle with 137. So that's a 20-point span from Travis Kelsey to George Kittle, which is actually a tighter spread than you think because it's a tight end, right? Because they're both averaging 9.8 a game because Kittle only had 14 games. He was hurt 2 games. Aaron Waller now drops to 127. No, Darren Waller had 131. So that's more than about 20 points. That's like I said, the 3 to 5 is a significant drop off to that 1 and 2. I don't think Mark Andrews will have 10 touchdowns this year. I don't think that. I think he'll have more yards, but not as many touchdowns as last year. But dude, yeah, I'm saying Travis Kelce, Mark, and Kittle are just right there next to each other. And Kelce's my one. He scores, he catches, he does everything. There it is.
I mean, I basically got to say the same thing as you, Jacob. Kittle's my one. It's already been explained, and no one needs it to be explained. He's the only one there, and he's a monster.
You know who the biggest disappointment in tight end is every year?
Who?
Just take a guess. I just want y'all to see, in your mind, the biggest disappointment in tight end. Not a Cowboy.
Biggest Redskin or Washington football team?
No, not Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed, it doesn't count. He's injured too much. This guy's never injured.
Concussions like 13. Never injured. Tight end. What, Jimmy G? Jimmy Graham?
No, I don't count him as a disappointment. He just sucks. I don't count him.
Now he does. There was once a heyday.
Played slot for the Saints, and of course he was good with, they throw tight ends. They throw tight ends. It's not his fault that he goes. It's not his fault that he goes to teams that don't throw tight ends. It's going to be his name is Kyle Rudolph. A huge body on the field, and like he won one Pro Bowl, and he's like good, and then he just doesn't catch the ball ever again.
So whenever you say disappoint,
and people draft him.
Well, fantasy wise, I feel like it's just these last like 3 years that he's been disappointing or so. How long has he been in the league?
4 years though, for a while, but he's only been relevant for like 4 or 5 years.
His touchdown production, that's about it. But there's an emergent Irv Smith there in Minnesota. So if you're going to go and invest in Kyle Rudolph this year, be careful.
I'm saying stay away from Kyle Rudolph. His touchdown production is like 5, and he catches like 2. He'll catch like 2 at a time, and so like you'll get 3 games of touchdowns. Let me find him. He is number.
Even a tight end, and he gets a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you get 10 points.
He was number 14 in fantasy tight ends last year, averaging 4.7 points a game. He played all 16 games. Like he don't get hurt. He's 30. He's 6'6" from Notre Dame. He's 30. He's
someone that's going to play 60 games. Instead of Jordan Reed, where I'm going to draft him, and then all of a sudden the dude gets hurt game 1 because he got a concussion.
Jordan Reed.
Have somebody
where did Jordan Reed go to? Jordan Reed just went somewhere.
Did he?
Seattle?
Yes, he got signed.
Seattle, I believe. But again, like 14 concussions.
Is it the Rams, Raiders, or someone else?
Hayden Hurst went to the Rams. That might be what you're thinking.
Hayden Hurst went to.
I thought it was the Rams.
Atlanta.
Oh, really? It was the Falcons. Wait.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Seattle.
Jordan.
Those 49ers.
49ers.
It's on 49ers.
Now we're talking about some jumbo sets with the 49ers. Ooh. Decent.
And he can't stay healthy though, man.
I know. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Reed because I used to have him way back in fantasy football when he was tight end number 1. I loved him. I was always a fan, but yeah, he's just injured all the time.
And stay healthy. Concussions.
Yeah.
DTE, man.
All right, next week, what are we ranking? What are we ranking next week?
Kickers.
Should we go? Okay. Should we go defense? Should we go defense and then we can expand on quarterbacks 10 through 5?
Fair enough.
Or you want to do running backs 10 through 5 and quarterbacks 10 through 5?
I'd say let's go back running backs and wide receivers like we did.
10 through 5?
Yeah. That's fair.
I like that. And yeah, keep it the same way. Tight ends are going to get a little iffy at 10 because there's not many tight ends.
There's not many tight ends.
But that's where there's always a diamond in the rough. Those tight ends, those waiver wire tight ends that emerge like your Darren Wallers and Mark Andrews. There's
Jared Cook. I like Jared Cook this year. I'm just saying that the top 5 I named today, I'm not getting them. They're going way too early in every league. I will not get them. That's facts.
But if you get them, goodness gracious, it's nice to have consistency at that tight end position.
Absolutely.
God, is it ever.
All right. I mean, that's all the topics I have. 422.
Same.
Plays it.
It's a good pod, man. Good
Oh,
Yes,
podcast,
sir.
y'all.
Jackson never popped on. It's fine. It's cool. You'll be on next time.
Yes, sir.
All right, podcast,
Absolutely.
Gentlemen Sports Club, episode 3, now in the books.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, gentlemen.
We signing off, boys. See y'all around.